Hello guys, I am here today with a skincare routine. So to kick things off, I get a facial every 6 weeks and it's that time of the facial schedule. So I'm just gonna head off now. It takes me about 15 minutes to get there. I go to the Skin Spa in Ashgrove and I usually see Jenny, but Margie and Adair are also amazing. And I have been going there for about 8 years. So I'm all dressed and ready to go. I'm just wearing this cute little cord and I've got my Chanel Rue de Cambon and these cute little slides, and my hair is all slicked back and I have absolutely nothing on my face. I've just showered, so I'm feeling all fresh, ready to relax. Let's go get a facial. Hello guys, so I am back from my facial. It is a couple of hours later. My camera did run out of battery, but I'm going to continue this skincare routine situation for you. So I have come home and my skin is looking nice and glowy, but still quite pigmented and a little bit aggravated from the extractions and from the deep exfoliation. So I'm having some TLC, making some dinner and having some wine. And I'm going to talk you through what I use on my skin. So I have dry skin, and so your routine, this might not suit you, and Poppy has skin that's slightly a little bit more oily or more combination skin, so we might use different products, and I'm going to show you an example of that. That being said, this is simply what I do, and it won't work for everybody, so definitely find out what works for you, but I do definitely have some recommendations for you guys to try. So without further ado, let's begin with my favorite brand, which is Ultraderm. Now Ultraderm is an organic Australian skincare brand. They use really high quality ingredients, and I just cannot even emphasize how much of a blessing it has been to my skin to use Ultraderm products. Hey guys, so we are here in my ensuite, and as requested, we are doing a skincare routine. So as you saw, I had my facial yesterday and I'm feeling glowing, but wow, stunning. But I'm just going to show you, here is my vanity, and I'm just going to walk you guys through what products I have, what I would recommend, some staples, and why I use the things that I do. So up the top there, we have all of my chemical exfoliants and my serums and my masks. And then down the bottom, I have my cleansers, my toners, and my moisturizers, as well as some sun protection. So I'm going to start over here, which is of course the cleansing section, which should be really your first step always. So I use this massive Ultraderm Skin Renew cleanser, and I use this twice a day, morning and night. Basically, it's AHAs, BHAs, so it's got some lactic, glycolic, salicylic acids. It dissolves your dead skin cells, it makes your skin really soft and smooth. And I also use this little gadget, which I don't think is necessary, but I actually really enjoy it. Even if it doesn't do anything, it's super fun to use. It vibrates, and it's like these nice silicone little thingies. And I use the more coarse side first, while the cleanser is on my face, and then I'll use the smaller side. And I do this for about 1 minute to 2 minutes, and I only do this once a day. I liked it so much that I made Poppy get her own, so I bought her one yesterday. This is for Poppy. Alrighty, and so I also have the Fresh Soy Cleanser here. And I don't use this too much, but it does have some aloe vera for soothing. If I ever have sort of a bit of sunburn or sun damage on my face, I might use the fresh one here, just for a bit of soothing. It also does have soy protein from memory, which is good for brightening. It is fragrance free, which pretty much everything I'll use is always fragrance free, always paraben free. We're all about the naturals here. This one here is a polishing cream. So I have Keratosis pilaris. So you can have a look at my arms here. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's basically the little bumpy skins that sometimes look like acne, but they're not acne. They're just sort of an overgrowth of keratin, which is skin protein. So I have that on my arms, and I also have it on my legs. And so I use this polishing cream for it. So it's like a really nice, strong exfoliant. I use it once a week. It's glycolic, lactic, and cellulose scrub. So I use that, and I really like that. And if you have Keratosis pilaris, I definitely recommend using that. I have this baby little Skin Renew cleanser, so it's a baby version of that. How cute is it? And I don't wear makeup very often, so this one is kept back here. It's the Estee Lauder Take It Away. And this is the most amazing makeup remover ever. It doesn't strip your skin. It also doesn't leave it oily. And I always use this prior to a double cleanse whenever I use makeup. Just at the back here as well, I have an Ole Henriksen The Truth cleanser, and I don't mind this one. It's sort of like a cream. Prior to this, I had the foaming one, and I kind of did prefer that. This one has some PHAs, which again alleviates dead skin cells. It has a whole heap of botanicals. I'm pretty indifferent to this one, to be honest. It sort of just lives at the back there. I don't hate it. I probably wouldn't buy it again, just because I found Ultraderm and I love it. These two are my toners. So I've got this Fresh Rose Toner. It's hyaluronic, so it's got a bit of hydration. I don't use it too much, as I just sort of prefer to use a pure hyaluronic serum, but it is really nice, so I'll use it probably like once every couple of weeks. I also here have this Mario Badescu face spray, And it's got aloe, chamomile, lavender. I don't think it does really anything at all, but it is nice to spray on my face because it smells nice. I think it's pretty natural, and it gives like a nice wet surface for me to put on some serums. So now we'll go to serums up the top here. So starting on the left, it's actually not really a serum, it's a toning solution. It's my favorite chemical exfoliant, which is glycolic acid. Glycolic acid is an AHA, which is an alpha hydroxy acid, and it basically breaks the bonds between dead skin cells, and it leaves you with some really nice, smooth, fresh skin. I recommend using it once a week, but because I have a couple of chemical exfoliants and I like to change it up, I'll alternate it and probably use this once every 2 or 3 weeks. This is probably my favorite chemical exfoliant. It's the Ordinary's AHA 30% and the BHA 2%. You can't legally buy this in Australia. It is prescription only because it is so strong and hefty. You can only leave it on for 10 minutes, otherwise you'll burn your face off, basically. I love wearing this because it's like red and it looks like you're wearing the blood of your enemies on your face, but basically it is just very, very strong, and I wouldn't really recommend it to anyone who has sensitive or scarred acne skin, but I do use this for a very, very thorough, deep chemical exfoliant and cleanse every 3 weeks, I would say. Back here I have an Ordinary Salicylic 2% mask, and I think this is really good. It's another one of the more strong and harsh chemical exfoliants for people with really congested or acne prone skin, which isn't me at the moment. In my youth I did have a bit of acne, but at the moment it does take a lot for me to use this just because I don't have congested skin at the moment. But if you do, it's an awesome product, and again with the Ordinary I cannot fault it. It's very high quality ingredients and there's no bullshit, and they're really affordable. Oh, I said that this was my favorite and then I said this was my favorite, but honestly this one is probably my favorite chemical exfoliant. So this is an Ultraderm product. They are a little bit more expensive than the Ordinary, but they are higher quality chemicals and sort of better concentrations as well. So what this is after you cleanse your skin, you'll put a nice thick layer of this on your face and you'll go to sleep. It's glycolic acid, so it's a nice chemical exfoliant, and it's also got some silk peptides in it. The silk peptides in this one are super important for elastin and collagen production, so I use this once a week, and you wake up the next morning and you feel like your skin is just like so soft and luminous, and it's a really awesome product. I would definitely recommend this one. Alright, so here on the left I've got my vitamin C's, and vitamin C is absolutely a staple. I really recommend that everyone in their little skin inventory has some form of vitamin C. It's also called L-ascorbic acid, and it's super important for collagen production. It helps with firming and brightening your skin, and it also reduces signs of aging. So basically it's an antioxidant and it protects against the free radicals. So the Ole Henriksen Truth Serum is predominantly vitamin C, and the form of vitamin C in this one is sodium ascorbyl phosphate, which is traditionally a less potent but arguably more effective form of vitamin C. So it evens the skin tone as well as brightening, and it also has a little bit of collagen in this one. So I'd recommend using vitamin C in the morning, but make sure you have your sun protection factor, so your SPF on top, just to protect from your UV rays. Just with this one, the Ultraderm version of the vitamin C, it's called the Intense C20 Serum. The only difference with this one is the form of vitamin C in this one is L-ascorbic acid, so it's the stronger one. It's again an antioxidant and it protects against the free radicals, so it eliminates all of the toxins and that sort of gross stuff from your skin that you do not want, and it also has some lysine, which helps increase the absorption of vitamin C. Coming up next here is the Ordinary Hyaluronic Acid, and despite being called an acid, it is actually not a chemical exfoliant. So it's important for moisture. It's a moisture serum. It feels super, super nice on your skin. It goes on so smooth. And it also has 2% pantothenic acid, or vitamin B5. Basically just softens and smoothens your skin, and it's got a little bit anti-inflammatory as well. And I'll use this one every second night after cleansing before moisturizing. Next up is retinol. This is another one that is a must-have. So far we've got vitamin C, retinol as your must-have serums. So I've got 1% retinol here in squalene. Basically, retinol is vitamin A and it's an awesome all-rounder. It stimulates the production of new blood cells and it improves pigment, so that's why I use it, because I have a little bit of uneven skin tone. Basically, I put it on and I don't have sort of those patches of redness. It's all really the same even skin color, so you might not have to wear foundation if you use this regularly. It is also a little bit of a chemical exfoliant, and I'll use this one every second night. All right, back on the Ultraderm, this is the Absolute A&E Serum. So Ultraderm is a little bit more expensive. Actually, it's a lot more expensive than the Ordinary. So this serum, for example, and the other serums in this size are 98 Australian dollars. So I think that if you can afford it and that it's in your budget, I would definitely recommend it. Basically, again, vitamin A is retinol or retinoid, and in this case, it is retinol palmitate. I like it because it is the least irritating of all the 4 types of retinoids. It unclogs the pores, it thickens the dermis, which ultimately reduces fine lines and wrinkles. It also has vitamin E in it, which is a strong antioxidant, and it reduces free radicals and helps reduce sun damage. Next up, niacinamide. If I had to pick a third most important staple in your in your skincare routine, it would probably be niacinamide. It's vitamin B3. It's fantastic. Use it every day. Use it twice a day. It's amazing. You can't really go wrong with it. I use it predominantly, again, for hyperpigmentation, so sort of uneven color of my skin, where I now don't use foundation every day. It also helps with oil production, and it reduces pore size. And again, it just feels so nice going on. It feels nice and smooth and hydrating, and I just really love it. So moving on to the Ultraderm B3 serum. Again, B3 is niacinamide. These two are the same product ultimately, but this does have some peptides in it. So it has some peptides for firmness, and it also has some hyaluronic acid for hydration. Moving on to the one at the back here, what is this? We've got some caffeine, so it's 5% caffeine. And the funny thing with caffeine here is it's a quick fix and it's temporary. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but I really like it personally. It's awesome for puffiness. So caffeine is a vasoconstrictor. So it helps with fluid retention, puffiness. If you're really tired, bloated, or if you've just had a cry, use it around your eyes and it will noticeably reduce your puffiness. I'd probably buy it again. I think it's like $10, and I do use it occasionally, but it's not like an everyday sort of thing. Righty. So this little guy here is the Ultraderm Skin Renew Serum, which is the same as my Skin Renew cleanser, and I also have the moisturizer version, and it is arguably the best product for my skin because I have quite dry skin. So this one is actually really fun because it has apple stem cells in it, and apparently these are believed to help with anti-aging and cell regeneration. This one also contains a little bit of lactic acid for some exfoliation, and again, hyaluronic for hydration. It's a great all-rounder. You can definitely use this one every day, and I would if I didn't have so many to alternate between. Now this is the most OG of OG serums. It's the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair. Again, this one's pretty expensive. I believe it's $100, maybe a little bit more. But I grew up with watching my mum use this. My grandma also used it. It's sort of the first serum that ever used hyaluronic acid. It's very high quality. I think I've been through maybe about 7 or 8 of these bottles. I don't use them all the time because they are quite expensive, but I do think they make such a difference to the quality of your skin. It's basically a hydration serum, gives a beautiful glow the next morning, always use it at night. It does also contain some algae and yeast for cell turnover, and it has something called alkyl guanine transferase, which helps brighten the skin, so again, just more of that glow. I'll use this one every couple of nights. Again, I just sort of alternate between the nighttime ones. Moving to these ones, these are not technically serums, they're just straight up oils. So this is very old and worn out because it has lasted me absolute years, but it is pure rosehip oil. And I use rosehip oil because it has a whole heap of fatty acids, which are really strong hydrators. Again, if I ever get sunburnt, which happens a lot because I spend a lot of time in the sun, I'll put this on. It has some naturally occurring vitamin A, and it helps with things like acne scarring and very dry skin, which unfortunately I'm a victim of. And just to the right here, we have a pure high quality vitamin E. So you can get these from the drugstore. They're super inexpensive, and they do a really good job. So basically it reduces UV damage, again from the sun, which I'm always out in, and it can help with free radical elimination. And to the right here, I have some eye creams. Am I a fan of eye creams? Not really. Will I buy any more in the future? Not really. I think they're just serums at a high concentration. I do have 2 of the Banana Bright eye cream, which I use during the day. I think they help with puffiness, but I can't really notice a difference, to be honest with you. And just behind that one is the Estee Lauder one that sort of matches that one, and I do really like how that feels, but again, I can't really notice too much of a difference. And so finally, we've cleansed our skin, we've chemically exfoliated it, and we've put a serum on. Down the bottom left here is our moisture. So we want to lock in all of the good stuff that we've just put on our skin. Alright, so I'm going to start with Cetaphil, and it is a drugstore brand. It's super inexpensive. It is a no bullshit, no glamour fantastic dermatologically used moisturizer. So things like Cetaphil and CeraVe, you can use them on any skin type. They are so well tolerated because there's nothing nasty in them. There's no fragrance, there's nothing glamorous, but they are so good at simply keeping your skin hydrated. So this one in particular has a whole heap of naturally occurring seed oils and some glycerin, which is really good for sensitive and dry skin, which I have. It doesn't have any fragrance, so you can't really have any kind of adverse reaction to this one. So this one here is the IT Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream, and I've pretty much used the whole thing. I really do like how it feels on my skin. It has some hyaluronic and some peptides, as well as some niacinamide, so it feels really nice. It's an awesome hydrator. It's a good well-rounder. The only drawback with this one is it has a whole heap of fragrance and a whole heap of essential oils, which I'm not about, and it can definitely irritate the skin, and it's just not necessary. Like, why? Anyway, now moving on to my nice little collection of Ultraderm moisturizers. These are my ride or die. Again, they are such good quality. I cannot fault them in any way other than potentially the price, but I do believe that it's definitely worth investing in. So I have my Ultraderm SPF, which is my daytime one, which is the one here. It's sort of like a tinted based moisturizer. It leaves you with like a nice glow. It's not a foundation as such, but it does have a tiny bit of pigment in it, which is really nice. It has both UVA and UVB protection, so basically it's just zinc oxide and a bit of vitamin B for daytime use. It feels awesome, it's great under makeup, cannot fault it. This is the nighttime serum, so it's the Skin Renew Moisturizer. It's got some peptides and Kakadu Plum, which is super random. I've not ever had another product with Kakadu Plum in it, but it is important for hydration and it doesn't leave you like looking greasy and gross. So I also have the Skin Calmer, which I haven't used. I actually picked this one up for Poppy because she has more combination skin than me. So I have like the driest desert skin and she has sort of more normal oily to dry skin. So this one does have a bit of lactic acid for exfoliation in it. So removing some of those dead skin cells as well as some of that excess oil. It also has a little bit of vitamin E in it for some soothing and repairing for damaged skin. Just on the left here, I have some SPF 50 from La Roche-Posay, which was actually given to us for free. And I think it's an awesome idea just to have these, which are meant for the face. So they are not fragrance, they don't smell like sunscreen, they're not thick and disgusting. But if ever I want to not wear this one for some reason, or I forget it when I go away, I just take my Cetaphil, which doesn't have any SPF in it. You use it morning and night, and I'll put this over the top, and it's 50 SPF. So you can just go to the beach all day, put this on top. We were given these for free, but I 100% when these run out, will be buying some of the exact same thing because they feel awesome on, and SPF is the most important thing. Alrighty guys, so this is my skincare routine at home. We've cleansed, we have put a serum on, put a mask on, chemically exfoliated and moisturized with sun protection. Yay. And now we're ready to go to bed, or in our case, go to work. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy it or you do have any recommendations, products we should try and review, or if you use any of my products here and you hate them, let me know. Like and subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Bye!